Ladies and gents, welcome to the cast. For people who are new to the site, I hope you become a subscriber by the end of this movie. We can see that the market value of all cryptocurrencies is currently around $2.73 trillion, which we can see by quickly looking at CoinMarketCap. You already know how crazy that is. This is how much crypto is worth right now, which is crazy. For comparison, this is a picture of all the money in markets in the world. This goes all the way back to 2022. I looked for the most recent version, but let's use this one from 2022 for this movie. It's also important to remember that these numbers are much higher now, but let's look at how much some of these markets are worth. Okay, that means crypto is worth almost $3 trillion. In November, it reached a high point of 2.8 trillion. I think it was more than $3 trillion. I remember it being more than 3 trillion, but that's the highest point here. As an example, look at the GDP of Russia and Ukraine. Every single block here is worth $100 billion, so we can see the rise again. Okay, here we have a lot of money, $1.8 trillion, $0.2 trillion. That's about $2 trillion here. $2,100,000,000 will be spent on the military in 2021, $8 trillion in coins and bills, 15.5 trillion pounds worth of gold, $12.7 trillion to the world's wealthiest. Again, the central bank's balance sheet. Our amount is now more than $28 trillion, $36 trillion for the S&P 500. The GDP of the US is $23 trillion, and that of China is $17.7 trillion. The amount of money in the world is $48.9 trillion. Once more, all of these numbers went up by a lot. There is $82.6 trillion in M2 broad money and $48.9 trillion in M1 tight money. Guys, in the stock market, you have trillions and trillions of dollars. About $100 trillion worth of stuff is here. The world's debt has grown to $300 trillion. Here you can see once more how much the debt has really grown. Besides that, though, $326 trillion worth of real estate around the world. Here are a few more breakdowns of some of the land that's out there. The wealth of the family is $463 trillion. We also have derivatives down here. The real value is about $12.4 trillion, but the value in theory is more than $600 trillion. Guys, it's funny to think about how much money there is compared to where crypto is now. Now, why do I bring this up? Why do I need to talk about this? That's because of tokenization. There are quadrillions of dollars that have not yet been turned into tokens. About $170 billion has been tokenized so far. When it comes to tokenization, we still have huge amounts of money that need to be touched. A big thank you to Panos on X for writing this post back in January. I want to bring it up again for anyone who still doesn't understand how important XRP is. The ledger was made to get rid of banks, making it a better option to Bitcoin that doesn't require mining or validation. It is faster, cheaper, and decentralized. The OG DeFi chain is also more advanced because it has the first DEX tokenization and payment features. Yes, XRP was formed as that big piece of finance that would change the way money works, moves, and is used. I mean things like loan, borrowing, or anything else that has to do with DeFi. Another old coin, XRP, is now worth more than Bitcoin. It's always been that way. I'm bringing this up again because let's go back in time a bit, okay? XRP was one of the first big OGs when it came to tokenization. Big shout out to Mr. Man XRP. As you may remember, Arctic CEO Graham Rodford said that $30 to $50 trillion could be traded through Arcix, which uses the XRP ledger, if companies like Euroclear, Clearstream, or the DTCC turn the switch on. In other words, do you think or say that Euroclear, DTCC, and Clearstream are working with Ripple and using the XRP ledger for tokenized assets? The news just hasn't been shared yet. I agree with this statement 100% because we heard it around this time last year. Pay attention to this. Everything that's ever been out there is in the 1.4 quadrillion market. They are all already starting to move on chain if you look at any of those asset groups. People are becoming more interested in money market funds, tokenized treasuries, and other similar instruments. Support for stable coins is also growing. When you talk about replacing cash, I only need to see one of DTCC, Euroclear or Clearstream to go fully digital. And that's trillions of dollars worth of assets that could grow to tens of trillions of dollars. Plus, this is only a tiny part of a very big market. 1.4 quadrillion shares, 30 to 50 trillion, all on XRP and all traded on Archix. Here we go. $50 trillion. 2 years from now, Ripple Twitter will replay the chat. Now, even today, when we think about $30 to $50 trillion on chain, a lot of people don't actually understand how important this would be for the value on the actual network and what it would mean for the base asset that does cover that network. In this case, XRP and the XRPL. Now over here we have a collaborative goal for the future. This is with Archix. This partnership underscores the XRP ledger's credentials as a leading blockchain for RWA tokenization, and making it a compelling choice for financial institutions looking to embrace the benefits of decentralized finance. Remember what Ripple said. They said that the XRPL is quickly becoming the blockchain of choice for businesses. All of this is being talked about now because of this video from David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple. Andrew put it on X, and we have the quote coin of the XRP database is XRP. Because it has auto bridge. This is possible. The XRP ledger looks for XRP liquidity first, then decides how to fund the way. It costs XRP for gas for each operation. This means that the blockchain makes more fees and money when there are more tokenized assets on the chain and more traffic. The blockchain likes the liquidity pools that are priced in XRP. This is the main reason why people want to buy XRP. Look at this. In other places like on the XRP system, we think it will speed up some of those DeFi uses, like lending real-world assets. If you sell a physical asset, you don't want to deal with a digital asset like a hot potato. If you want to deal with a digital asset, that's great. But we also want people who don't want to deal with digital assets to be able to join these DeFi communities and grow. And it's not a move away from XRP, because XRP is the original token of the XRP ledger. It's something for gas, it's used to pay for business bills. And the XRP system has features like auto bridging that make it a key asset for facilitating the flow of money between other assets. This means that the more other assets there are, the more chances there are for XRP to connect them. That like to have a high. And when we think about this part of usefulness, right? We hear things like 50 trillion or 30 trillion on the XRPL, or quadrillions of dollars moving on chain. You should think about what size, right? Like how big of a market this will finally get to. Are we saying that crypto is like the world's gold in terms of size? 11.5 billion. A lot of people believe that's where the market will reach its highest point. The world's wealthiest have $12.7 trillion. How big will crypto get in the end? Because I don't think the top of this market will ever come. Also, I believe it will continue to grow and spread very quickly, since everything of value is already moving on chain. The crypto market itself has a huge amount of growth potential. Absolutely huge, because every other asset class is so big already. Crypto is still so young compared to these other markets, and XRP is the main driver behind tokenization. This is because we already know how many institutions are linked to Ripple and XRP, and if XRP does grab safe, or so 10, 20, 30, 40, means $50 trillion, as Grandma says, Rogers, just think about what kind of value XRP will have. We've always talked about $100 in XRP. I believe that's exactly where XRP's price